Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA from the Black Boule in this action-packed all-new John Haynes series adventure. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. The Reverend Al Sharpton is looking to organize a boycott against businesses that do not support DEI. Now, DEI supposedly stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and were a series of private business policies and government policies established in the aftermath of the George Floyd riots of 2020 to ensure that people would get an equal opportunity in America's economy. Now, after the 2024 election, President Donald Trump was elected, and as Donald Trump was elected, he began an initiative to basically strip DEI policies from the federal government. However, many businesses like Amazon and Walmart decided to end their DEI policies after the 2024 election in November, and Target decided to end its DEI initiatives right after Donald Trump ended them in the government. And that's what's got Al Sharpton extremely upset and looking to organize boycotts against companies that do not support DEI. And what he wants to say is that people should not go out here and support businesses that do not support DEI because they don't support black people. Unfortunately, Al Sharpton's whole perspective is one that is completely backwards as related to the black economy, because he really doesn't see the big picture of the black economy, nor does he see many of the black-owned businesses that are on platforms like Amazon, Walmart, and Target, or many of the black business owners who have products on the store shelves of places like Amazon, Walmart, and Target. Now, as one of those black business owners who has over 80 books on Amazon.com, I basically use online platforms like Amazon as a way to reach customers all across the globe with positive fiction and nonfiction that shows a positive image of black people. And it would be my business and many other black-owned businesses that would suffer as the result of Al Sharpton's boycott as related to DEI policies not being supported at Amazon. And it would be my black-owned business and many other black-owned businesses that would be the ones who would suffer if foundational black Americans boycotted the platform of Amazon, because it's on the platform of Amazon that I make a majority of my sales of paperbacks and ebooks on Kindle. And as a black business owner, I would be the one who would wind up taking a huge loss in a business where I'm already struggling right now. And basically what Al Sharpton doesn't see is the damage that he's going to do to many black-owned businesses that are online on platforms like Amazon, Walmart, and Target with this foolish DEI boycott. Now, again, what Al Sharpton doesn't understand about black-owned businesses today is that many black-owned businesses like my SJS Direct imprint are going online, and they're going online because a lot of times for many black business owners like myself, we just don't have the money to be able to pay for the overhead of a brick and mortar business, and we just can't afford the overall cost of doing business as related to a retail establishment. So many people like myself, what we do is take our business online, and we take our business online because we have products we want to reach customers with, and this allowed us an opportunity to reach customers all across the globe. And that's what I have been doing with the SJS Direct imprint by using platforms like Amazon, platforms like Draft to Digital, platforms like Google Play, platforms like Walmart and Target to sell my stories in paperback and ebook format. and it would be my black-owned business that would suffer as the result of a boycott from people like Al Sharpton, who are severely misinformed as related to the whole platform of black-owned business, and also misinformed about DEI. Now, Al Sharpton, again, doesn't see all of the black-owned businesses that are online, and many of his followers don't see the overall black-owned businesses that are online. For example, Ghetto Gastro, which is now on Target, that's a black-owned business. Nor did he see the black-owned business of a black woman who has her products on Target shelves. And as she took to social media to tell people about her business suffering as a result of this boycott, many black people got in their emotions and looked to cancel this woman. But I can't cancel that woman because her business, like my business, would be the one that would suffer as a result of anybody, again, looking not to support that business. And again, this would impact the overall black economy because that would lead to, again, that 3.3 trillion in cash and credit that black people spend every year, not going to black-owned businesses, but would go to white-owned businesses as related to everything, and that would overall hurt the black economy. And again, that's what Al Sharpton does not see about the big picture regarding black-owned businesses. No, he doesn't see how many black-owned businesses are in places like Amazon, Walmart, and Target. And he wants to, again, talk about boycotting those stores because they don't support DEI, but doesn't see how those stores basically directly benefit FBA by allowing us a space on their platform, where we can go out here and be able to run a business and generate revenue for ourselves and go out here and contribute to our communities as related to group economics. That's what Al Sharpton doesn't see in his narrow-minded view. No, this civil rights dinosaur basically wants us to go out here and think that supporting DEI is going to benefit FBA. But when we look critically at the statistics of DEI, we see how they do not benefit foundational black Americans at all. No, when it comes to these DEI initiatives, when we look at the statistics, the person who benefits the most are white females, and that is no different than affirmative action, where, again, the main beneficiary of affirmative action programs were white females. And when we look at the DEI people who benefit the most, it's white females. And how does that benefit black people at all if DEI is supposed to be about diversity, equity, and inclusion? Critical question I have to ask the Reverend Al Sharpton regarding his support of DEI. I mean, if the main person who is benefiting is a white female, why should black people go out here and support DEI when black people, according to federal statistics, are at the bottom of the people who benefit economically from DEI? I mean, if black people are at the bottom of benefiting from DEI, then why should we support diversity, equity, and inclusion when everyone is getting a piece of the DEI pie except the FBAs who went out here and rioted as related to the case of George Floyd? I mean, it's looking to me like Al Sharpton is supporting business as usual as he goes out here and tries to steer business away from black-owned businesses. Because, again, when it came down to Al Sharpton, if he were truly genuine about going out here and looking to help out foundational black Americans, you would think he would go out here and look to support black-owned businesses and talk about supporting black-owned businesses, something we should be doing every day, 365 days a year. I mean, we should be out here looking to support black-owned businesses, and that's something I do all the time. I always, again, look to support black independent business owners or black business owners who have products on the shelf. I always go out here and look to spend my money with FBA to be able to keep those dollars in the black community and turn those dollars over. That's something I do actively all the time, whether it be going to a place like a Target or one of the local supermarkets. If I see a black-owned product, I'm buying that first because I want to support that brother or sister. Or if I'm going to a show like one of the expos, I believe that was out here a couple of years ago, I used to go support black-owned businesses, or I'd go to a place like the Black Comic Book Festival. I would drop money on people's tables. Or I see a brother or sister's Kickstarter out here as related to their comic. I'm putting money on the table for those products because I understand the concept of group economics and keeping black dollars in the community. But Al Sharpton, as he looks to protect DEI, isn't looking to keep black dollars in the black community. No, what Al Sharpton wants to do is take money out of black-owned businesses and organize a buy-in of a white-owned company like Costco, and talk about buying a membership at the Harlem Costco, and that's supposed to be because they're supporting DEI. But when we look at the statistics, all Al Sharpton is doing is taking black dollars, putting them in a white business so that they can go out here and hire white women in Harlem. But when we go to that whole plan, it's just completely screwy because it comes from a spellbound black activist who's looking more to fit into the black box that's acceptable to white people rather than focus on black empowerment. Because if he were focused on black empowerment, he would not be steering black people away from many of the black-owned businesses like mine that are online on places like Amazon. He wouldn't be steering black people away from black-owned businesses. No, he would be steering black people to a black-owned business and keeping black dollars in the black community. But Al Sharpton is a sellout, and with him being a complete sellout, again, he wants to sell you on a scam where you go out here and take your black dollars and give them to a white business that will just mostly hire white women and other minorities. Because when it comes to businesses like Costco, they put up this empty gesture of DEI, but continue on in the same racist policies that they did with affirmative action. And those policies, again, they don't benefit anyone, because if you go into any of these businesses, you never see any heterosexual black men like myself working in any of those businesses. No, you don't see any straight black men working in those businesses, because many of these companies, while they put DEI up front, continue participating in anti-black racism, against black men. And again, we'll go out here and hire a bunch of minorities, but make sure they never hire a black man, and use the cover of those minorities to not hire a black man. Because if a company really is about so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion, I wonder, where are all the straight black men who work at places like Costco? Again, critical question I gotta ask the executives who possibly are forwarding Al Sharpton some money through the National Action Network for running this scam. A scam that, again, is taking money away from legitimate black-owned businesses online and looking to get people to, again, be a part of this boycott and get caught up in it on social media, get caught up in the hype of this rhetoric, never thinking about many of the black-owned businesses they're going to hurt with this boycott. Because, again, when it comes to the internet, you've got lots of black-owned businesses online, lots of black-owned businesses that basically use places like Amazon and many places like Walmart and Target to get your products distributed and get a portal for sales. This is how we get online, because, again, the overhead is just extremely expensive. I know that I could not go out here and maintain a catalog of 80 books if I had to, again, print all those books online, and I would have never been able to access the marketplace and be included in the world of publishing if it wasn't for Amazon, because I tried ever since the 1990s to enter the world of publishing through legitimate means, And the whole thing is I just kept getting rejected, and that's what led to me starting my own publishing imprint in 2009 online using print-on-demand technology. And ever since then, I have been able to be included in the marketplace. Ever since then, I have been able to be a part of the marketplace and be able to get my products to customers, and been able to go out here and improve the quality of my products. Over the last 10 years, I've been able to hire professional comic artists and professional artists all around to do my covers. I've been able to hire black artists and get black artists to do work. So you're not only taking money from the black-owned business, but you're taking money from many black professionals who work as freelancers. Again, Al Sharpton doesn't see the damage that he's doing to black-owned businesses like mine. He just thinks about looking to, again, get a headline and get a little bit of money to from these corporations, like he got the $500,000 from Kamala Harris. Again, not thinking about the average everyday brother and sister on the street and how this is going to affect us as people. No, Al Sharpton ain't thinking about how his plan to keep DEI is going to lead to black businesses dying. No, not thinking about how it impacts a black-owned business. And again, how many black business owners basically make our livings online. We make our livings online because a lot of times we try to enter the job market in the real world and we run into discrimination. We run into discrimination from people, and again, people like Al Sharpton ain't gonna go up against lefties like the City University of New York as related to their discrimination policies against black men that aren't on the books. No, what a lot of these people with DEI do is go hire a woman and use her to kill two birds with one stone, leaving many black men out of the job market. But Al Sharpton ain't gonna talk about any of that because he's getting, again, a payoff for DEI. Again, a DEI that doesn't benefit black people. And again, this is just me speculating on him getting a payoff, possibly, but the whole thing is that DEI doesn't benefit black people, no different than affirmative action, but the actions Al Sharpton is taking are detrimental to black-owned businesses and detrimental to black-owned businesses and our operation, because when it comes to many foundational black Americans, we went online in order to, because it was the internet and the digital space was an open space for everyone, and everyone got an opportunity to open up a business and reach customers all over the world. And again, I'm a guy who creates positive black stories about the black experience, and I've reached a large audience of customers all over the world. And Al Sharpton is keeping me from the core audience I went to target, which was foundational black Americans, with this boycott campaign, because he's so spellbound. Again, he wants to fit into the black box that's acceptable to white people that I talk about in my novel, Spellbound, but he can't see how he's basically leading black people in a ragdoll dance, completely entranced, over to participating in economic actions that'll be detrimental to the whole community all around. Now, if you want to try to pick up some of my positive black fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find my books in paperback and ebook format on Amazon.com, and I have over 80 titles on the SJS Direct imprint, ranging from YA fiction like Spellbound to women's fiction like the legendary Mad Matilda and Spinsterella, and paranormal romance like The Temptation of John Haynes, to fantasy that's for all ages like the ISIS series or the Esteem series or the John Haynes series, or men's issues books like I do with most of my nonfiction. I have all of those books, in paperback and ebook format on Amazon.com, and I also have them at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And I also have a comic book on Lulu.com, John Haynes at Death Store, which was my first full comic book, and you can get that comic book on Lulu for the same price as the 2022 Kickstarter. And I also have a digital comic, Esteem No Good Deed, which is available on Kindle for 99 cents. That's all ages reading, and I have that same comic in the back of my book, Esteem Blast from the Past. And again, you can find that comic on Kindle for 99 cents on Amazon.com, and you can also find it in Esteem Blast from the Past. And if you also want to help out the channel and help me to be able to stay on the air, continuing to make content, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. I also use that money to support Black-owned businesses that do things like crowdfunding projects, and I also use it to pay Black artists for different things like covers and interior art. And that's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose. The man who rules the world runs into the irresistible force of a man with nothing to lose in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get the regular and variant editions of John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose on Amazon.com today. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, Isis, All That Glitters. The goddess next door takes on a bikini-clad bank robber in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, All That Glitters in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.